Hello everyone, this is Roxas1359. Welcome back to Let's Play The Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge. In this episode, we're doing our second cleanup video, ladies and gentlemen. And just for reference point, the chapter I ended up selecting for this is Chapter 16, The Grisly Gauntlet. I've already beaten the spider, which is why I'm able to access Halloween Town. What we're going to be doing in this episode is we're going to be exploring the hidden areas in which I haven't explored yet, as well as the hidden areas that now have new collectibles, which is why I am in the graveyard starting off with. Remember beforehand, Hidden Place 5, that lovely little place that has multiple hidden goodies that are chapter specific, despite what some guides may say. So, beforehand, we ended up having the troll skeleton figure, starting off firsthand. Afterwards, when doing the secret chapter, Deadly Nightshade, we got, lo and behold, the Deadly Nightshade. Well, when it becomes nighttime in Halloween Town, since this is Chapter 16, I don't know exactly which chapter it becomes specific, but I'm going to assume it is the same transition with nighttime, which causes a crystal skull to appear. If you go back to Hidden Place 5, we will get another crystal skull. This will make our second one out of the final 4. So, same as always, we just gotta beat this one, and since these enemies are so weak and haven't been powered up, our Soul Robber makes quick work of them, to be sure. Another thing we're going to be doing inside this cleanup video, just like always, I'm going to be showing off the trophies I end up getting for the chapters in which I didn't get trophies, and off-screen I S-ranked all but the Vampire Brothers chapter. I barely have an A on that, and that's when I actually discovered something new. I was always under the impression that to get an S rank, you had to get an S on every single aspect of that chapter when doing the chapter the first time. It turns out I was wrong, so I'm gonna love eating that shoe again. I have bad cases of foot and mouth. I'd make a good politician. But there's our crystal skull. But what do I mean by that? Well, if you just redo the chapters constantly and get an S rank in the other areas, it will automatically bolster your score. But now that we're done with that, we're gonna go into our next hidden area. I ended up splitting these up a little bit to where they'll transition perfectly into it. So, we're in the pumpkin patch for Barrel's Maze for the next one. This is one I ended up skipping. We just break this open right here. It will reveal it. Remember, there are 2 hidden areas inside of the pumpkin patch, one behind the waterfall, which contains nothing but souls, and Hidden Place 8, the pumpkin shrine. What are we going to be getting in this one? We're going to be getting the regular Halloween ghost figure, which means we have to deal with ghosts, as well as these ever so lovely and very annoying launchers that will launch the exploding pumpkins. Since pretty much at this point, for this chapter in particular that I'm doing, for this run on the Grisly Gauntlet, what I was doing was I was just building up the exclamation mark count for it. Because to elaborate a little bit more, it turns out that as long as you get a higher ranking on the areas that you messed up on, it will bolster your overall score. This is something that I always thought wasn't the case, so that's something that's a lot better, which makes redoing the Vampire Brothers a lot easier. That being said, the time constraint for Vampire Brothers is still absolutely horrendous. In fact, the one I ended up managing to get the time on for that, I think, was 13 minutes. And remember, you have to get at least 15 minutes or below in order to get an S rank on that time, which is annoying. Unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention to my combos either, so I need to redo that chapter again. More bats for me. Just like more ghosts, which are just as annoying as ever. Alright, and let's get you. You can't avoid me inside your ability to phase through. Curse you, ghost, for not having clipping. Now, one thing I did also notice is that this is Halloween, so it seems that areas in the past will still play the older music for the areas, so makes sense, I suppose, right? And let's get that so then I can kill them. At this point, I think I was wondering, how many more ghosts do we end up having? Now, one thing to also keep in mind, I did some of these a little bit out of order. I was doing them in order of increasing number for the hidden places, which is why, obviously, certain things were in a different order, but beat that all, and you get the Halloween ghost figure. So, next up, we're going to go into the hidden areas that are inside the residential area. So, we're inside the sewage slums right here, and I passed this one when on our way to Hidden Place 10, which contained one of the bats. On the way here, this is where we're going right now, is Hidden Place 10. I don't know why you can go to hidden place 11 before hidden place 10, but game design. What can you say? If you remember correctly, this is the one to where we had to get one of the vampire brothers, which was also annoying. This one is filled with orc skeletons, so I think you guys can guess what we're actually going to be getting in this one. Yep, we're going to be getting the orc skeleton figure, which means we got to deal with orc skeletons. I honestly don't see these things as orcs. I don't get why they're considered that. Maybe, I don't know, they just needed another name for them. But it was at this point I was actually running low on fire souls too, so I was really glad when I was getting these around. Now, I did this one after I did Hidden Place 11, since I was doing Hidden Place 11 sooner to try and build up fire souls. But Hidden Place 11 is also annoying because of what it contains, which is nothing but king skeletons. So I actually have sped that one up just so then it doesn't take, I think it took me about 4 minutes to get through all that, because king skeletons, they gives no fucks about your fully upgraded soul robbers, about your fully upgraded presents, about your fully upgraded pumpkin king jack, which I couldn't afford to use at the time because unfortunately I had no fire souls, because Roxas is very bad at multitasking and actually going and restocking. But that's pretty much apparent now. But beat them all and grab your new orc skeleton figure. So next stop, Hidden Place 11, which is on the way to Hidden Place 10, so if you missed it, then yeah. But speeding it up right here, going through here, got myself hit, so gotta kill this thing. There are actually 2 ways to fall into the sewage slums, and the reason why I didn't show it off is because it's really not necessary, because the way I get to sewage slums, it's just as fast. But Hidden Place 11 is behind this wall right here, so let's break somebody's property and head on into Hidden Place 11. Now, you might be wondering, okay, this is filled with nothing but king skeletons, so are we going to get the king skeleton figure? No, actually, we're going to be getting our 3rd crystal bottle. Not our 3rd crystal bottle, our 3rd crystal skull. I need 4 to get the crystal bottle. It was at this point, what I was trying to do was I was trying to build up to see if I can get fire souls, because I needed them to open up the doorways to get to Hidden Place 10, but unfortunately wasn't so much. You can actually burn down those fire planks and don't need a fire bomb, as it turns out. I always thought you did, but it will require quite a bit of flame breath to actually burn down those barriers. So keep that in mind and don't be like me and constantly, screw up, which is something I do very, very well. But either way, after this one, we'll have 3 of the final 4 crystal skulls in order to get the last crystal bottle. Well, where is the last crystal skull? We're not going to be getting that last crystal skull until pretty much the end game. In fact, it won't become available to us until chapter 23 out of 24. So yeah, we're not going to be getting that one for a while. It's going to be shown in the last cleanup video, which is going to, depending on how I decide it, we'll probably precede the final chapter, because by the time of the final chapter, I should have all the collectibles that I need. So many king skeletons. You can see why I sped this up, because there are a lot, and I mean a lot of king skeletons. And as I said before, they give no fucks about your fully upgraded soul robber. No, they laugh at that puny thing, and they guard it. I don't like it when enemies guard. It's only good when I do it. And I don't have a guard button. All I can do is dodge. But that was the last one, so here is our 3rd crystal skull. So, now that we're done with that, we're going to go on to Hidden Place 12, which is inside of the Mouth of Madness, which is inside the Grizzly Gauntlet. To get to this one, you have to simply just soul robber into it. It's very easy to get into. You will be able to notice it right away, because it's in the first section of Oogie's Grizzly Gauntlet. While you're on a platform that's moving side to side, the soul robber will home in on it. As you can see, it was right here was when I was building up for my exclamation mark count, so this was obviously the first one I did inside this session. So, for Grizzly Gauntlet, you only need to get 30 exclamation marks, so no problems there. But, constantly break all this stuff. But what is going to be our little prize for this one? I mean, if you think about it, we already got the orc skeleton figure. So what's it going to be? Well, we're going to be getting a golden pumpkin. Something we've not really gotten inside of a hidden area for quite a while, actually. In fact, I believe the last place we got one of them was, I want to say Hidden Place 2, or, no, I want to say it was Hidden Place 2, was the last hidden place in which we got a golden pumpkin. We've been getting the other ones simply through either buying them in the shop or doing things around Halloween Town. But here we go. Here is our golden pumpkin. So, now we're going to go on to the last of the hidden places for this episode, which is right here in the second half, right before the end of the Grizzly Gauntlet. Just simply Soul Robber into the eye. And welcome to Hidden Place 13, the Fire Skull, which is nothing but a soul grinding place. I love how I have my foot in my mouth when it came to, I'm not going to see these barrels anymore. Silly me! I will always see these barrels again because I will always forget about things. Maybe I should have done a practice file about this, but who cares? But that's pretty much, that's all inside of this area right here is nothing but these barrels for building up souls. And even then, Hidden Place 5 still exists. So this is ultimately useless. Heck, even Sally's room exists, which has an infinite amount of spawning enemies, which is a fun place to go if you ever want to just go on a complete gauntlet, that's for sure. But simply just keep going through here, and there we go. That breaks everything up. So that takes care of all the hidden places up to this point. Now, what about Hidden Place 7? That is only for the secret chapter, Bone Biscuit Burglary. And now I'm showing off the trophies that you get for beating the chapters that I didn't get the trophies for. So for the Vampire Brothers, you get all 4 of the brothers. So that deals with that. For Barrel's Maze, you get Oogie, of all things. I don't know why you just get regular Oogie. That seems kind of odd. And for the Mayor's Madhouse, you get the Mayor, obviously, which I already talked about. And finally, for the Grizzly Gauntlet, you get Super Spider, as well as Baby Spiders. So, now everything is all cut up to where it is. So anyway, guys, I'm going to end it off right here. This has been Roxas1359. Next time, we're going to be continuing with the story in Chapter 17, Casino Clash. See you guys then.